Hi, I'm Maurice Singer, and I've been doing real estate for about 10 years. Oh no! This is Rowan. Rowan, how old are you? She's 2. All done with the raisins? Okay. So my dad is actually a commercial real estate broker in Florida, so it's a family profession. Ba? Okay, I'll get Ba. Sorry. You guys sit with Daddy and play and eat your raisins.
No raisins.
No raisins? Oh no. Real estate's been in the family for a long time. If I had to, think about what my dad kind of imparted to me, it comes down to just work ethic. I take the work ethic very seriously, and that kind of, I think, is rooted in even just like the way that he would make me mow the lawn. It was very much like a meticulous process, and after I'd mow the lawn, he would come out and inspect it. Or if I mowed a neighbor's lawn, he would come out and inspect their lawn. I think what I gained from my dad was very much my work ethic. My journey as a new father has been an interesting one. So she was born in February 2020. Pretty much just before the pandemic kind of locked everything down. So I was probably one of the last groups of fathers who was actually allowed to be in the room when she was being born. She came a little early, so if she had actually come when she was supposed to come or scheduled to come, I wouldn't have been able to be in the room. You're gonna show them Buzz and Jessie after we talk. The other part of our journey was really also connected to this house. So we more or less built the house from the ground up, and it was always sort of conceived of as this place that would be finished and ready in time for her when she arrived, which of course wasn't the case. When we came back after the sort of lockdown ended, we were still kind of floating around a little bit because the house wasn't done, which was, stressful when you have a newborn and you don't have that sort of home base where you can kind of sit down and kind of make your nest. I think what I'm most excited about for Ro is to really kind of see what she falls in love with just as a person. My wife and I, we talk, you do a lot of research about schools when you have kids, and it's an overwhelming sort of concept and topic, which all parents in New York City can attest to. You start looking into things like, okay, this is a school that focuses on STEM, and this is a school that focuses on the arts. And like when they're like 2 years old and you're thinking about this for, first grade or something, the problem is like, you don't know what they're into. So we were discussing that, we wouldn't want to send her to some like science-focused school if we don't know that she's like really interested in science and engineering and STEM stuff. So I'm really excited to see as she gets older, like what resonates for her. Like, is she going to be into arts? Is she going to be into sports? Is she going to be into sciences? Or who knows what? So it's fun to try and expose her to everything we can at this point, and then see what sticks. Hi, Ralph. Oh, pants again. Balancing fatherhood with a successful real estate career, it's not easy. I mean, it's not easy, I think, balancing fatherhood with any career. I have to, obviously thank my partner and my wife, who I wouldn't be able to do this without at all. Real estate as a job, it could easily be a 7-day-a-week, almost, a practically 24-hour-a-day situation, because, this is, at its core, it's a service industry. And our clients, a lot of the times you're interfacing with them when they're not necessarily in the core of their daily job. So it's a lot of evenings, it's a lot of nights, and it's a lot of weekends. So trying to carve out that time that's necessary to spend with your kids requires sort of like a firm resolve that like, I'm gonna dedicate Saturdays to my daughter, which is what I try and do. Mornings are definitely, daddy-daughter time, in the sense that like that's when we're really together every day, right? Daddy-daughter time in the mornings? Does Daddy take you to school? Daddy pushes you to school?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Daddy makes you breakfast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Daddy makes oatmeal.
Daddy makes you oatmeal, yeah. What I love about raising Rowan in New York is it's constant sensory stimulation, I think, compared to probably anywhere else. She loves just waking up in the morning and like looking out her window at the street, and there's just like a stream of colorful cars and people and animals and dogs going by, and it's almost like you half the time don't even need television to distract them, because you can just look out the window because it's New York. Having access to just the institutions of New York, like we just went to the Bronx Zoo for the second time this past weekend, which she loves. Ro, did we go to the zoo this past weekend?
Yeah.
What did you see at the zoo? Did you see gorillas?
No.
Yes, you did. Do you see tigers?
Okay.
You saw a tiger?
Giraffe.
Giraffe. You did see a giraffe. There's just like this, there's just an array of things that are available to us as New Yorkers, which I love being able to have the opportunity to expose her to. Before you have kids, you don't realize the significance of playgrounds. And from a real estate perspective too, it's really given me insight into, especially when somebody has kids or is planning to have kids, thinking about proximity to playgrounds is everything, because for the first few years, they practically live there. The hardest thing about fatherhood, I think, is, especially in the beginning, the speed at which they sort of grow and evolve. Like by the time you sort of got a handle on like raising like a 6-month-old, they're already moved on to the next stage. Roro, what do you get when you cross an angry sheep with a moody cow? What do you get? You get an animal that's in a bad mood. Okay, Ro, important. Do you know the story about the chicken who crossed the road?
Yeah.
Do you?
Tuk-tuk.
What's that? Do you know the story about the chicken who crossed the road? No? Yeah, me neither, I couldn't follow it. What, can you say real estate agent? Yeah.
Very well. What are you talking?
I love bubbles. I relearned how much I love bubbles.
Papa!